Sorry about that, folks. Just adjusting my camera. But, hey, what's up, YouTube? This is the Cartoon Man 13 here, and this is the second of the two videos that I made. I already did my top, best, and worst of 2019 list. So why not do the movies that I'm looking forward to in 2020? This is no particular order, just like last year, 2019 was. But, yeah, this will be, yeah, we're gonna go through the whole year, see what movies I'm looking forward to that are coming out, and, yeah. So starting off with the month of January, we have, I know, today's March 1st by the time I'm filming this, so we're already, 2 months of the year have already passed, so I'm really late to the party, but yeah. So starting off with the month of January, we had The Grudge, which I was looking forward to, but I've heard horrible things about. 1917, I want to see that film, but I've heard good things about it, but I do want to see it. Just Mercy. I think it's that movie with Michael B. Jordan and Brie Larson. That movie looked interesting. Underwater? I mean, Kristen Stewart, I'm not really a big fan of her, but it does look interesting. Bad Boys for Life, I already saw that film. I actually liked it. Really liked it a lot. Doolittle, I've heard negative things about it, but I still wanted to see it because of Robert Downey Jr. after his character got killed off in Avengers Endgame. But, The Gentleman, which is basically, if The Kingsman was more into the crime genre, The Gentleman would be it. The Gentleman is more like Kingsman, but it's like a crime version of Kingsman. So yeah, Gretel and Hansel. I thought it looked pretty cool from the trailers. I mean, I liked Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. That movie, if anybody remembers that movie, but yeah. The Rhythm section, which is from the producers of James Bond. Sure. Then we get into the month of February. We have Birds of Prey, which I already saw, and I didn't mind it. Then we have Fantasy Island, which I've heard mainly negative things, but I liked the concept. I think it was based off of a TV show. Never watched the TV show, but yeah. Excuse me. Sorry, I just had Taco Bell. But yeah, the Taco Bell I had was good. But I haven't really been eating out as much because I'm trying to lose weight. But once in a while. But I'm still trying to get back to being healthy. Anyways, away from that, Fantasy Island. I thought it looked interesting. I think it was based off of a TV show. I've never watched the TV show, like I said, but I've heard negative things about it, so yeah. Then next off, we have Sonic the Hedgehog. I was going to go see that today, but something happened, so yeah. Alright, and the next movie is The Call of the Wild. I thought it looked cool. I mean, Harrison Ford with the dog in the Arctic. That's cool. The Invisible Man. I I mainly heard positive things. I thought the film looked cool. I think Naomi. No wait, it's Elizabeth Moss. I'm sorry. Then we get into the month of March. Out of all the March releases, there's only four of them. Onward is the first movie. I like Pixar, so the fact that Star-Lord and Spider-Man are in the movie together that's not Marvel, you know. Then we have Bloodshot with another Guardian of the Galaxy, Groot, of course, Vin Diesel. But yeah, Bloodshot with Vin Diesel. Bloodshot looks cool, actually. I thought it looked cool from the trailer. It was based off of a comic book that wasn't Marvel or DC. But yeah. Then we have A Quiet Place Part 2. Now, recently I saw the first A Quiet Place, and it was a good horror film. But I do look forward to the sequel, though, see how they're going to continue the story of A Quiet Place. Then we have Mulan, which is the live action remake of the Disney animated film. But yeah, um, and I heard it was rated PG-13, which made me a bit more curious about the film. So yeah, Mulan, yeah. And then we get to the month of April. We have the New Mutants, which is supposed to be the last film in the 20th Century Studios X-Men series. I know it was 20th Century Fox, but when Disney bought Fox, they couldn't get all the Fox assets. So they renamed the Fox assets that they did buy. Like 20th Century Fox was renamed as 20th Century Studios, and 20th and Fox Searchlight Pictures was renamed as Searchlight Pictures. But yeah, the New Mutants is the last film in 20th Century Studios X-Men series. So yeah, and I think it's very interesting that they're gonna do a more horror film. I think it's cool. Anyways, No Time to Die, which is the 25th James Bond movie. That movie looked cool. I mean, I haven't seen much of the James Bond movies. In fact, I don't even own much of the James Bond movies. But yeah, No Time to Die still looks pretty cool though. Antlers, that's like that horror film. I think I only saw one trailer for it, and that was a long time ago, but I do remember looking at interesting. Then yeah, Bad Trip, which is supposed to be a movie like Jackass, or Jackass Presents Bad Grandpa, looked pretty interesting. Antebellum, which is like I think a horror film. It's like involves slavery. It's kind of like Get Out, but with slavery added in and time travel elements to it. All right, so yeah. Then next off, we have for the month of May we have Black Widow. Of course, it's a Marvel movie. I do look forward to it. Then we have Scoob, which is part of this. It's a new Scooby Doo cartoon coming out. It looked cool from the trailer. I mean, yeah. Then we have Spiral from the Book of Saw. I think out of all the Saw movies, the only Saw movie that I have seen is the first movie, and I do remember it being an interesting film. Then we have The Woman in the... But I do look forward to seeing Spiral. I mean, it's Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson. They're going to be in it. And yeah. And then we have The Woman in the Window. Now, I saw the trailer for it. It looked cool. I mean, it's like a thriller, a psychological thriller. Then we have F9, The Fast Saga. F9, The Fast Saga, I think looks really cool. It's apparently it's Dominic Toretto facing off against his younger brother, played by John Cena. I saw the trailer for it, and the trailer for it looked cool. I mean, despite the trailer having to be almost 4 minutes, probably giving away every action scene in the movie. So yeah. Then we have the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. Now, I mean, I saw a sponge out of water. Uh, I didn't mind it, but this new movie looks pretty cool though. Sponge on the Run. Then we have Artemis Fowl, which was supposed to come out last year, but they had to delay it to this year. So yeah. Of course, going back to the New Mutants, it was supposed to come out in 2018. Then it was supposed to come out in 2019. Now it seems like they're sticking their guns for a 2020 release date in April for the New Mutants. And they're probably going to stick their guns to Artemis Fowl as well. And then, for the month of June, we have Wonder Woman 1984. Of course, it's a DC movie, as well as Birds of Prey, as I forgot to mention. But yeah, Wonder Woman 1984. It looks like a very solid sequel to Wonder Woman from 2017. Gal Gadot's gonna come back as Gal Gadot is gonna come back as Wonder Woman, Diana Prince. I heard that Chris Pine is coming back as Steve Trevor. But yeah. Wonder Woman 1984 definitely looks interesting. Then we have another Disney Pixar movie, Soul. Excuse me, that Taco Bell's really getting to me. Then we have Soul, which is I like the concept of there's a guy that dies, and then we see his soul, and then we see the other people's souls. So yeah, Soul looks interesting. I think Jamie Foxx is in it, Tina Fey, I think. But yeah, and then we have Top Gun Maverick, which is the long-awaited sequel to Top Gun from 1986. It's the long-awaited sequel we've been asking for, and now we're finally gonna get it. We're finally gonna get a sequel to Top Gun called Top Gun Maverick. So yeah, and I think it looks cool from the trailers. Top Gun Maverick. Oh, it. Bad Boys for Life and Top Gun Maverick. They're the two films coming out from Don Simpson and Jerry Bruckheimer. I mean, Don Simpson, he passed away back in the 90s. But I guess these two movies are supposed to, I guess his spirit was involved in the making of the films. But yeah, Top Gun Maverick still looks cool though. Then we have In the Heights, which is like a Lin-Manuel Miranda musical. I thought it looked fine for a musical. So yeah. Then we have the month of July. We have Minions: The Rise of Gru. It's supposed to be like it's a continuation of the movie Minions that came out in 2015. But yeah, Minions: The Rise of Gru. We see Gru as a younger person, as a child, and then we see how he came to be with the Minions. Then we have Free Guy with Ryan Reynolds. Free Guy definitely looked interesting. The trailer alone for Free Guy. It says, from the studio that brought you Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, and The Lion King twice. I like that. And the trailer I thought looked really cool. I mean, it's like Ready Player One. Kind of, but it's with Ryan Reynolds. Think of it as Ready Player One, but with Ryan Reynolds in it. That's what it is. Then we have Ghostbusters Afterlife. I hope it's better than Ghostbusters 2016. I mean, Ghostbusters 2016 I just thought was a below average movie I cringed more than I did laugh at it. I'm hoping that Ghostbusters Afterlife with these new kids, I hope it's better than Ghostbusters 2016. I really do. Then we have Bob's Burgers in the movie, which, I mean, I don't mind the Bob's Burgers TV show, but hopefully the movie will be really good. And then we have Tenet, which is Christopher Nolan's newest movie. I mean, Christopher Nolan is a very interesting director. I mean, yeah. Then we have more. Then we have Jungle Cruise with Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Emily Blunt. I saw the trailer for it. The trailer looked fine, fine enough for me to go see the film. Then we have Morbius, which is a Sony Marvel movie. Morbius I thought looked interesting. I mean, Jared Leto goes from Joker to a vampire. But yeah, Morbius, I definitely want to, Morbius I'll definitely give a watch. Then Bill and Ted Face the Music. Excuse me. Taco Bell again. But yeah, Bill and Ted Face the Music. It's supposed to be the third part of the Bill and Ted series. I mean, I heard about the Bill and Ted series, but I've never watched the movies. Maybe it'll give me a better time to watch the first two Bill and Ted movies. But yeah, then we have Monster. Before we get to the next film, of course, Alex Winters and Keanu Reeves are coming back to play Bill and Ted, and yeah, Bill and Ted Face the Music looks cool. Then we have Monster Hunter with Mia Jovovich. Monster Hunter is supposed to be like a video game adaptation, like Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, there haven't been any trailers for it, but I do look forward to the film. Then we have The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, which it's supposed to be. I mean, the only Conjuring movie I've seen was Curse of La Llorona, and I didn't really care for that film that much, but it makes me want to watch the other Conjuring films. But yeah, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It. Okay, then we have The King's Man, which was originally, I think it was supposed to come out in February of this year, but then they delayed it to September. But yeah, The King's Man is like the prequel to the Kingsman movies. So yeah. Then we have for that was just from July through September. Then from October to December we have Venom 2, which is the continuation of the Venom, the Sony Marvel universe. And yeah, Venom 2 is the continuation of the Marvel Sony universe, and yeah, I mean, I liked Venom with Tom Hardy. I mean, I know not everybody did, but I liked Venom. I liked the first Venom with Tom Hardy. I mean, it has its flaws, but for the most part, I liked it. Then we have Halloween Kills, which is the continuation of Halloween, the 2018 movie, which that was wanted to be a continuation of the original 1978 movie. Halloween Kills looks. I mean, so far they released an announcement trailer that back in July of last year. But alright, I'd be interested in seeing Laurie Strode versus Michael Myers again. Then we have the Eternals, which is of course is a Marvel movie, so of course I'm gonna go see it. Then we have Godzilla versus Kong. Now the only MonsterVerse movie I've seen is Kong Skull Island. I haven't watched Godzilla 2014 or the sequel yet, Godzilla King of the Monsters, but Godzilla vs. Kong should be really interesting. Then we have Raya and the Last Dragon, which is a Disney animated film. Don't know too much about it, but it does seem rather cool. Then we have Coming to America, which is the Coming to the number two America. It's the sequel to the Eddie Murphy classic Coming to America. I mean, sure. Sure. I wouldn't mind seeing a sequel with Eddie Murphy back as Akeem, and then Arsenio Hall is gonna come back. James Earl Jones is gonna come back. Sure. Then we have Dune, which is like an adaptation. I mean, I have the Dune movie, that they made in the 80s. I remember not minding that film, but hopefully this new Dune will be good. Then we have West Side Story, which I know there was the original musical film, and then there's going to be this new version. Yeah, that's West Side Story there for you. But yeah, haven't seen it. Of course, not all of these movies have trailers, so I don't really know how they're gonna be. But yeah, but West Side Story should seem cool. And then we have The Croods too. The Croods too. I mean, the first Croods was actually kind of good for a DreamWorks movie, so The Croods 2 shouldn't be bad. Then we have The Trial of the Chicago 7. Don't know much about that, but it seems cool. Same with BIOS and The Tomorrow War. Don't know much about any of those movies, but they all seem like they have really good concepts behind them. And that wraps up all my most anticipated movies of 2020, excuse me. Out of all these movies, the movies that I want to see the most in 2020 are Mad Boys for Life, which again I already saw, Birds of Prey, which I already saw, Sonic the Hedgehog, Onward, Mulan, A Quiet Place, New Mutants, No Time to Die, Black Widow, Spiral, Fast and Furious 9 or F9, The Fast Saga, SpongeBob, Wonder Woman, Top Gun, Minions, Free Guy, Ghostbusters, Tenet, Morbius, Bill and Ted, Kingsman, Venom 2, Eternals, Halloween, Godzilla vs. Kong, Raya and the Last Dragon, and Coming to America, and which is Coming to America, the number 2 America. And that's it. I think those are my most anticipated films of this year, 2020. But yeah, anyways, that's gonna do it for this video, you guys, and thank you guys so much for watching my top, best, and worst movies of 2019 and what to look forward to in 2020. Alright, so yeah, that's gonna do it for these videos, you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care, everybody, and of course, as usual, so long, everybody, and have a happy 2020.